As another year comes to an end, we look back at some of the biggest movies to hit the big screen. Today we'll be looking back on superhero movies of this year. Marvel and DC had plenty in store for us this year as we started off with Logan in March.
Logan, what did you do?
Charles, the world is not the same as it was. Mutants. They're gone now.
Logan marked the end of Hugh Jackman's career as Wolverine, one of the original X-Men. Jackman has played the role for 17 years and had decided that this movie would be his last as Wolverine, retiring from the role. His healing factor is no longer as strong as it used to be, meaning that he is in constant pain. When he learns of a girl who has similar powers as he does, being chased by a corporation, he is forced to help her escape them. Sir Patrick Stewart also reprises his role as Charles Xavier, the leader of the X-Men. The movie is very different from a regular superhero movie with its darker, bleaker, more grounded world. The stakes are also far more personal rather than the end of the world scenarios they usually end up being in most of these movies. This critically acclaimed film is definitely worth watching if you haven't already. Wonder Woman marked two firsts: the first time a female superhero was the lead of her own film, and the first time female director has directed a live-action comic book superhero film. Wonder Woman, starring Gal Gadot as the titular character, takes place during World War I. When American pilot Steve Trevor crash lands near the island of the Amazons, an all-woman warrior tribe, the Amazons learn of the return of Ares, the god of war. Princess Diana leaves the island with Steve Trevor to take down Ares once and for all. Wonder Woman has plenty of spectacle with large, grand battle sequences, great fight choreography and brilliant performances from everyone on the cast, especially Gal Gadot and Chris Pine. Only a month later, we had Spider-Man Homecoming hit the screen, an appropriate title that serves as the pun, as not only does the movie revolve around Peter's life as a teenager in high school, but also as the character has finally come home to Marvel after a historic deal between the studio and Sony. Tom Holland's portrayal of Spider-Man is fresh and relatable and may be the best portrayal we have had so far. The movie takes place a few months after the events of Civil War as Peter waits for Tony Stark to contact him. As he waits, he stumbles upon the Vulture, a man who is selling alien weapons to the highest bidder, stealing them from the debris left by the Avengers in their various battles. Michael Keaton plays the Vulture and his performance as the villain is truly terrifying. It's a genuinely fun movie with lots of heart. In October came Thor: Ragnarok, the third Thor movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
How did this happen? Well, it's a long story.
While the previous two Thor movies had lukewarm receptions, Ragnarok was extremely well received, with many praising director Taika Waititi's interesting vision. Hela, the goddess of death, played by Cate Blanchett, has returned to Asgard and has managed to get rid of Thor. Thor ends up on an unknown planet where he is forced to fight in a gladiatorial championships to survive. On the planet, he finds the Hulk, who crash landed there after the events of Age of Ultron. Thor needs to get out of this planet so that he can save Asgard. The movie is full of meta humor and has a very different feel as compared to other superhero movies. In November, DC put up their biggest effort to try to establish their cinematic universe with the Justice League movie.
I had a dream. It was the end of the world.
Sadly, several hiccups faced in production ended up having a negative impact on the film, with weird pacing and inconsistent tone. On the whole, Justice League is as much a lighter film than the other films in DC Extended Universe, which was a welcome change to many fans. Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and Henry Cavill reprised their roles as Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman respectively, with newcomers Ezra Miller, Jason Momoa, and Ray Fisher taking their roles of the Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg respectively. While this movie certainly isn't perfect, it is still entertaining at times. It's a movie you wouldn't mind watching if it showed up when you are channel surfing. Thanks for watching this episode, which was made with the help of all these lovely people. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next week.